CASA is the Court-Appointed Special Advocate Program. It is, at least in Idaho, made up by guardian ad litems who are citizen volunteers. They are appointed by the judge on a child protection case.
When a child comes into care of health and welfare, it's usually abuse or neglect, and sometimes it's because of the child's behavior. So very often they've got two sides to the situation, and they might not agree. Health and welfare might not agree with the parent, and the judge has to be a fair arbiter. So the reason that our role is to be the eyes and ears for the judge. So we talk with everybody involved, and when we do have court, we're able to tell him from an unbiased situation of what we see and what should be done and what can be done.
What people should know about child abuse in the Treasure Valley is that it doesn't look like what it does on television. Sometimes you go to court and you see families that you wouldn't have ever expected to find themselves in a child protection case. But it happens everywhere. It happens in every corner of Boise. It happens in every county that we serve, from Boise to Valley to Elmore counties. Child abuse just happens across the state, across the United States, and across the world.
Being a guardian really does open your eyes to the fact that there's a lot of kids out there and a lot of families that are struggling more than we'd ever realize that they're struggling. That's a big takeaway for me, that there's people out there that, boy, they can use the help, and it's pretty gratifying, especially when you see them reunited. Being a guardian, you can see it hopefully get better and get people back together again.
I think Eric's a wonderful guardian. How can you not love a volunteer that has been with us for going on 12 years?
A friend of mine his wife is a principal of a grade school, and they have a program where you'd go visit kids that maybe needed a little help. They'd pick out these kids that might be a little troubled and just go have lunch with them, be sort of a role model, get to know them, and be a friend of theirs. So I was teamed up with a boy that was in the foster care system. I noticed that he'd gone through 3 different caseworkers at Health and Welfare. So I asked, how can I get more involved? And the idea came up about being a guardian ad litem, because then you have the legal right to talk to the teachers, talk to the caseworkers, talk to everybody involved, and be his advocate. So a way to support him. That's where I got started, and probably done 8 or 10 cases since then.
Actually, pretty recently, he came into my office to tell me a little bit about the case that he's been on for the longest. And the child chose his new name when that will go through with the adoption, and he selected Eric as his middle name. And Eric was so excited to tell me about this, in a very humble way, of course, and how they were going to celebrate by going out to a basketball game with the new foster family. Well, actually, his new family.
Yeah, he got a new first name and took the foster parents' last name, and got to say that he took Eric for his middle name. Now, I don't know. That's pretty cool. I got to say, it's pretty cool.
Your life will be changed forever if you become a CASA volunteer. We don't always know the impact that guardians make on their cases, but for some, it's the first time an adult has actually showed up consistently in a child's life. Most of our guardians come to us for reasons that we don't always know, but I think the common thread is that just a genuine desire to be present, to be a positive role model in a child's life, and to affect some sort of change.